Hey, what's up guys? So I am installing the Kelltrac rear shocks on my Camaro right now, and I'm gonna show you that here in a second as far as what needs done. So basically what we have here, this is a stock non-mag ride shock, and from what I can see, it looks like this might have been bad anyway. This strut might be leaking. So regardless, it's gone. I am replacing it, and I've already assembled this completely. This Kelltrac, this Viking Kelltrac, beautiful smooth body strut. Now, unfortunately, I'm covering up the top part, and it's gorgeous, but I did want to protect it with this dust boot, this factory dust boot. So essentially, we had to swap everything over, and it was very easy. I just had to cut the factory bump stop that was sitting here down to about 1 inch, just like in his video. Kelly does a great job. I actually gave him a call, and he sent me a video that he made already for this purpose. So he did a great job explaining that. But that is basically what you need to do. And sorry about my dogs there. But yeah, you just need to swap over the bump stop after you cut it down. Pop this over top, and then you want to make sure, basically, you, like he said, you swap everything over from shock to shock. So everything that was here, other than this, which is actually part of it, everything that was from here to here gets moved over to here, including the dust boot. I mean, you could just chop off, because you mainly need the dust boot for this top portion to kind of act as a washer, but I just said I'm keeping the whole thing just to protect it. So decided to do that, and then essentially it just gets bolted back on here, right back where it came from. You can see there's 3 bolts on the top, and then 1 bolt at the bottom, and that's it. And of course it makes it easier because it's not a coilover on the back. I do have these gorgeous front long travel beauties that are gonna go on the front. I can't wait. These are the crown jewel right here. Beautiful Kelltrac Crusaders. I am super excited about the fact that we're using top-end hardware, top-end Crusader shocks, valving. It's awesome. So shout out to Kelltrac. I don't have him out here. I'll have to wear him in a video. He sent me a hat and, see, 2 shocks, 2 shirts. So he sent me some shirts. My wife has one now. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I have a bunch of stuff here that's going on the car. I actually have MBRP axle back. Ooh, someone's getting it. I've got a Speed Engineering Y pipe, an X pipe that's going on, and those front shocks, and then maybe I can relax for a little bit. But just getting this car to where I can actually use the power. You know, like, it's awesome having a high horsepower car until you get to like close to 1,000 wheel, and then it's like you can't put it anywhere. So, you know, it's kind of pointless. It's cool, but kind of pointless to have that power and not be able to use it. So garage is a super mess right now, but it's just because we're doing work and we're installing parts. So yeah, hopefully this video helps somebody. I mean, that stuff you can find on Kelltrac's YouTube channel, but at least wanted to give my input on it. I mean, the rear struts is super easy to install. And the other thing, I can't believe I even forgot to mention this, we have something else that we need to install, and it's in this box. I have some G-Force top of the line. I can't remember which line is their top. Is it Outlaw or is it the other one? Whichever the crazy one is. It's not. I don't think it's Outlaw. I think it's the other one. We have these axles. So that's the highest axles they make, rating wise, and I guess lifetime warranty. We'll see. But I was gonna wait to put that strut on, but I don't think that's gonna affect me getting this axle out, to be honest. So, I mean, it looks like, first of all, I don't have a 36mm nut, so I'm going to have to get that, or I'm sorry, socket. So I'm going to have to get that to take this off. And then, obviously, you can remove these E12 bolts, these inverted Torx bolts that are in here pretty easily. If I have to, I can take off the e-brake, rotate the wheel. The thing is, I'm hoping exhaust doesn't interfere on either side, but I may have to pull that off anyway. My other fear is the inner stub shafts get removed and replaced too with these axles. So I've heard they can be a bit of a pain to get out, but we will, I know a trick. You run those E12 bolts back in against the hub, and it actually pushes the stub shaft out. So we'll see how easy that is, but should be hopefully easier than I'm thinking in my head. I may have to remove this guy here, loosen this up, this upper control arm or whatever you consider that to be. I can't think of it right now. I think it's a trailing arm or upper control arm, but you can see my lockout kit and my rear chassis brace there from BMR, and then the BMR lower trailing arm here in the rear. And I do have the diff lockout kit I have to put in as well. We've got a bunch of things, fun things to put on, and I'm gonna throw this strut back in and repeat the process on the other side. All right, so we got the driver's side rear installed. See little adjusters there if we need to, and yeah, it was very easy. Like I said, just uses that factory mount, bolts right in, super easy. Just had to remove just a couple of these guys, and then a couple was it T15 Torx bolts. I think maybe, I don't even know if I had to remove any of those. I think I did. One right here. I don't think I even really had to, and one up here, because really you just pull this back here. So very simple. You can see how janky this exhaust is. I can't believe this car made 906 at the wheels with that exhaust. I mean, that pipe has to be what, 2.5-inch pipe, and it's just welded horribly. That actually came to me that way. I can't wait to get rid of this system, but I just need to get it on the lift to do that. But yeah, I mean, I will miss the Corsa mufflers. They sound amazing. It's going to have no mufflers, no cats, and headers, so it's going to be awesome and annoying at the same time. Hopefully the drone won't be unbearable. It's going to be, the MBRP has the Heimholtz, the J-pipe Heimholtz resonators, so it really should cancel some drone. I'm not expecting a miracle. It will be interesting to see, but yeah, so this side's done. I'm going to repeat the other side. I just torqued the bottom bolt to 74 foot-pounds, and I'm checking on the top ones to figure those out, but pretty straightforward. And yeah, I think actually once you torque it, you turn it another 90 to 105 degrees, because these are torque bolts, so you have to kind of be careful. Everyone says that they're fine, but I just always want to make sure that they're tight enough. So it is hot. I'm going to be taking the Raptor here to an event this weekend, and this thing is nice and ready to go. Here, I'll flip it around. The carbon fiber fenders. The thing is just ready. I just actually adjusted this the King coilovers and gave myself some preload, so now the shock's ready to be jumped, or the truck's ready to be jumped. The shock is preloaded, and the gap front and rear is actually pretty darn close, pretty even. So I fixed a bunch of water leaks, hopefully, just a lot of small stuff, tweaked some things, and then in the process of adjusting this shock, I actually broke, never done this before, I broke this Motorcraft CV, which is pretty much brand new, so I just had to pop in a new one to replace it. I was messing with the suspension, articulating the suspension with this tire on and jacking things up, and ended up somehow popping that CV out of the inner CV. It's kind of crazy. So it came apart inside that boot, and I just said screw it and bought a new one. So yeah, that's Raptor life, Raptor tax. But I just need to pull the tailgate off, because when you're jumping, it's not a good thing to have on. So I'm going to pull that tailgate off, and it's pretty much ready to go. I'm going to take it to here in a little bit. So I may or may not finish the last strut, or the passenger side strut here. I may not finish it today, but the car's up on quick jacks. You gotta love it. And these things work really good. So you kind of see them there. It worked really good when you don't want to mess with jacks. So other than that, I am gonna finish this up, and I may record, I may not. We'll see how I feel. It is super hot, but I wanted to put some videos out. I've been making a lot of content without recording, if that makes sense, and not actually making content, so it's kind of a waste. I've done a lot of stuff that's not on video, and maybe some of the words that I've used while I'm doing this stuff, maybe that's a good thing, because it's frustrating working on cars. But it's a love-hate relationship for sure, and hopefully I inspire somebody to actually do it themselves. I mean, I've done some crazy things I should not maybe ever have done, and that's how you become good. So not there yet, but it's been done a lot of things for someone who's not very good at it. So hopefully this helps somebody, and you know, don't be afraid to get out there and work on your stuff, guys. All right, so one more time here, I just wanted to show you exactly what I was talking about. I'm actually going to switch to landscape here. All right, so this is the passenger side rear, and I wanted to show you exactly what I meant when I was talking about the other one here. So the order of things, I just cut this bump stop down to close to about an inch, maybe a little bit bigger, but I cut it down to about what Kelly said in his video. That slides down here, got it over that. The next thing that's going to go on is this guy, and main reason is because of this part here. We really just need this washer because of the force needing to kind of push. When this thing is pushing against something, it's only got, if you didn't have this metal washer to take some of that stress, this little piece would be completely pushing on this, and it's just spreading that force. You know, obviously this is going to flex within this rubber. I can almost flex it by hand, this rubber bushing around it. So in order to keep that a little bit better supported and the force be distributed more evenly, we're going to slide this guy. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Use my leg. I'm going to slide this guy over. I'm going to have to set this down for a second. Okay. Over the shock. So now we've got bump stop, dust cover. Now we can put the shock mount on. Okay. And obviously you can see the letters, you know which side's top and bottom. That goes on next. And so I don't drop my shock here. There we go. Then don't forget this washer, and it actually goes bevel side down. Then the nut. Let me screw that nut on. Now, let's see. There we go. Just got it started. Now, in order to get that on, take a wrench, hold that end while you tighten the nut. And really, it's just hand tight, because there's not really a lot of force going to try to take that nut off. So hand tighten that on, and then I torque the bolts on that mount it to the car. This is ready to go back on. It took me a total of about 1 minute to pull the wheel off and pull the strut off. Honestly, it was very quick. All right, guys, just finished up this side, and like I said, it was like 30 seconds maybe. It's in, we're good to go, everything's back together. I even put this little guy here. Now I'm going to leave the wheels off for now, because we are going to tackle these axles. And actually, I just noticed So see this stuff that looks like cobwebs on this axle is actually fiberglass wrapping material from the exhaust wrap that I put on. Long story, put it on to protect the carbon fiber drive shaft from the heat, and ended up some of it kind of came loose. So yeah, that's kind of funny. That's going to be gone anyway. And again, if you look at this exhaust, crazy restrictive, just the way that everything was done previous. So I'm going to get rid of this, all the restrictive piping, and can't wait till this is all done, and then we can mess it all up again, put a bigger supercharger. We're going to go F1A94 eventually with port injection. I really want, you know, 1300 horsepower, and then I think maybe I'll relax. That's kind of nuts, but it's fun. The car's fun. I just it's a project, and it's always something that you can, it's always something you can do. So hope this helps somebody. Not a very long video, but just a quick, you know, kind of a how-to on a really easy project. The fronts are going to be fun. I'm going to have to remove the sway bar to put those on, and I'm looking forward to that. So hope this helps somebody. See you guys soon.